Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Helena Pergamin. In today's tutorial I will show you how to crochet this very simple, easy to crochet bolero shrug. I will explain how to adjust pattern for your desired size, how to calculate stitches, how to start and finish the work, show you how to crochet stitches and provide all information for you to complete this design. It is very versatile and great addition to your wardrobe. You can wear with a dress or trousers. It can be used with evening wear and will work well with your casual outfit. You can also wear it over your yoga outfit, and many more possibilities can be added to the outfit combination. To begin, you need to know your measurements and crochet swatch samples to start this project. This bolero shrug consists of rectangular piece, 2 cuffs and crochet band. To find the links, place the measuring tape across your back and over your shoulders and follow the line of your upper arms below the elbows. Additionally, you can measure till elbow and add the drop and fold to each side. Now demonstrating on myself to have a clear picture. This would be the best if you wear short sleeve or no sleeve under, because this is a tight cuff, or you will have to wear the top under that has tight cuffs as well. The links has to be just under the elbow. If you place your hand under your elbow, this will be approximate length. And we are going to sew it together by connecting these two parts, and we are going to create a band around. Now you know how to find the links. Next we add the width. To find the width, you need to measure the top part of your arm around and add the ease. For example, the width of my arm is 29 centimeters. And I add the ease of 13 centimeters. Altogether 42 centimeters is my width and 124 centimeters is my length. Next you have to crochet a swatch sample and calculate the tension. How many stitches and how many rows do you have per 10 centimeters. Use anything that will help you to mark your stitches. I'm going to use a stitch marker and tapestry needle. If you are using the same V-stitch, mark the first place just at the beginning of the V-stitch, place the measuring tape and mark the second place at 10 centimeters. Now we will count the stitches. Each V-stitch consists of 3 stitches. 6 V-stitches equals 18 stitches, and we have an additional stitch. Altogether 19 stitches are the width. Use similar method to find the links. Place the marker at the top of the stitch, mark 10 centimeters and count the rows. In my case, I have 8.5 stitches per 10 centimeters. Next, we are going to work out how many stitches or how many rows we have to crochet for the rectangular piece. 19 by 42 equals 798. 90 stitches are in our 10 centimeters swatch sample and 42 centimeters are our width. Reduce by one number at the back because 19 stitches are per 10 centimeters and 1.9 per 1 centimeter. It will be 79.8 stitches. Round the number. I will round mine till 80 stitches. Now we have to reduce 2 stitches because we need 1 stitch at the beginning and 1 stitch at the end. 80 minus 2, 78. Now we have to make sure that this number is divisible by 3. 78 divided by 3 equals 26. That means we have 26 V-shaped stitches in our design. If your number is not divisible by 3, you will need to reduce or add 1-2 stitches for the pattern to work. Now we are going to work out how many rows we require for these shrugs. We need 124 centimeters and 8.5 stitches per 10 centimeters. 124 times 8.5 equals 1054. And once again, reduce by one number at the back, it will be 105.4, and I will round mine till 106. That means we need 106 rows. This is size M. If you would like to use the same measurements, yarn group 4 medium worsted, and I used a hook size of 5 millimeters. I would still recommend crocheting your swatch sample because your tension may differ from mine. The other thing I would like to mention, you may notice that I have a line in this shrug only because I've planned to make a different design, but I made changes to the design and had to add additional piece. Your final work will be without the line. Next, I will show you how to crochet V-stitches, and after that we will calculate the sleeve width and length. Shortly you will watch my sample video on how to crochet V-stitches. It will include only 17 stitches. If you use yarn group 4, I would suggest working with 23 stitches instead for the swatch sample, and if you use yarn group 3, you can work more stitches or calculate your tension by doubling 5 centimeters. To begin, create a slip knot and chain 17 stitches. After chaining up, add additional 3 chain stitches to begin a new row. The first stitch will have to be crocheted into the 6th stitch from the hook. You can work into top loops or turn your work and work under the bumps. Yarn over and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into the 6th stitch from the hook. Chain 1. Yarn over and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into the same stitch. Skip 2 and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into a stitch. Chain 1 and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into the same stitch. Skip 2 and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into a stitch. Chain 1 and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into the same stitch. Skip 2 and continue forming the pattern by creating V-shaped stitches. When you come to the end of the row after last V-shaped stitches, you should have 2 chain stitches left. Skip 1 and finish with 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns into last stitch of your work. To begin a new row, chain 3 and turn your work. If you turn your work clockwise, your chain will be twisted, then you will have to reposition the hook. If you turn your work anti-clockwise, you don't have to reposition the hook. Continue crocheting. We have 3 chain stitches to start the row. Work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns around 1 chain stitch. Chain 1 and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns around the same chain stitch. Continue to form V-shaped stitches on top of the other V-shaped stitches by working 2 treble UK or 2 double US around 1 chain stitch and 1 chain stitch between them. For the real piece, work required amount of stitches and rows to crochet this piece. Take the width of your piece, in my case is 42 centimeters equals 80 stitches, and this is a part where we have to attach the cuff. First you have to crochet a swatch sample to know the tension. My swatch sample is 14 stitches by 14 rows per 10 centimeters. These are what diagrams look like for creating 1 by 1 ribbing stitches. On the right you crochet in the line, and on the left you crochet in the round. I will provide a more detailed diagram on how to crochet in the round later, while showing you how to crochet front race and back race treble crochet UK turns or front and back race double crochet US turns. Next, we will find the width and the length of our cuff. So measure the widest part of your arm just under the elbow with one finger under the tape. This will be the top measurement of our cuff. And find the bottom measurement. You have to measure just below your wrist with one finger under the tape to find the bottom measurement of your cuff. For the top part, I have 26 centimeters. 26 centimeters times 14 stitches equals 364. Reduced by one number at the back, and it will be 36.4. We have to have an even number of stitches for the pattern to start. For example, if you have 37.4, you must round the number to 38 stitches. Next, we are going to calculate how many stitches we need for the bottom of our cuffs. My measurement is 21 centimeters. 21 times 14 stitches equals 294. Once again, reduced by one number at the back, which will be 29.4, round up to 30. The stitches will be decreased just once in the middle of the cuff. Next, we are going to find how many rows we need to crochet. Place the measuring tape on your arm. The starting point is just under the bending point of your arm, and the ending point is where you want your sleeve to end. In my case, the length of the cuff is 25 centimeters. 25 centimeters times 14 rows equal 350. Reduce by one number at the back, and it will be 35 rows. Now we have all the numbers to get started. If you are using different stitch patterns, you will have to subtract 36 from 80 stitches to work the difference. But if you are using the V-stitch, we will use a different method. I have 26 V-stitches and I need 36 stitches to start the cuff. We are going to work stitches around at the middle of the V-stitches on one side, and on the other side we are going to work stitches between V-stitches. In total, we should increase by 10 stitches, but we will make only 9 increases because we need one connecting stitch that will be our first stitch that connects the first stitch and the last stitch of the rectangular piece. Take the stitch markers and divide your increases evenly. If I follow my size, I should make 9 increases, but in this case I will make only 7. To begin, insert the hook into the first and the last stitch of the rectangular piece, create a slip stitch and work one chain stitch with both strings of yarn, and after that work 2 additional chain stitches with one string of yarn. In total we have 3 chain stitches to begin the round, and work 1 treble crochet UK turns or 1 double crochet US turns around the V stitch, and work 2 treble crochet UK turns or 2 double crochet US turns where you placed your stitch markers. Continue to the end of the round, and when you come to the end of the round, connect by working slip stitch into third chain stitch at the beginning of the round. Make sure when you work on the round, your fabric has to be face up and wrong side inside. Count your stitches to make sure you have the right amount. The cuff will still be too wide, but it will get tighter after a few rows. To begin a new round, chain 2. Now we have to work front and back raised treble crochet UK turns or front and back raised double crochet US turns. By looking at the symbols and diagram, you can see that front raised stitches marked blue and the back raised stitches marked red. We will have to miss the post, consist of 3 chain stitches, and work 1 front raised treble UK turns or 1 front raised double US turns around the next stitch by inserting your hook from the front around the post of the treble UK turns or double US turns in the row below from the right to left, then work the stitch in the usual way. And work one back raised stitch, yarn over, insert your hook from the back around the post of the stitch in the row below from the right to left, and work one treble crochet UK turns or one double crochet US turns in the usual way, and work one front raised treble UK turns or one front raised double US turns around the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook from the front around the post of the stitch in the row below from the right to left, then work the stitch in the usual way. After that, work one back raised stitch, yarn over, insert your hook from the back around the post of the stitch in the row below from the right to left, and work one treble crochet UK turns or one double crochet US turns in the usual way. Continue with the stitches by forming one by one rib. If it's difficult to remember the steps, think like that. The front raised stitch is visible, you can see clearly what you do at the front, and the back raised stitch is invisible, you can't see clearly what you do because it is at the back. When you come to the end of the round, finish with the slip stitch into the second chain stitch at the beginning of the round. To begin the new round, chain 2 and work a front raised stitch around the front raised stitches, and work the back raised stitch around the back raised stitches. Continue with required amount of rows till the decreasing row. In my case, I will work 18 rows and work the required amount of decreases. To get the correct number of decreases, subtract the bottom number of stitches from the top number of stitches of your cuff. Insert the stitch markers in desired places. Just make sure you place them symmetrical, because it will also work as decorative stitch design by creating contrast two front stitches next to each other in some places. To decrease, work the front raised stitch in the usual way, but do not complete the stitch. Yarn over, pull once, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and work back raised stitch in the usual way around the next stitch. When you have 3 loops left on the hook, pull through all 3 loops. Now we have transferred 2 stitches into 1. You can add the stitch markers just for this row. After that, the stitches will be more visible. Continue working on the cuff with the required amount of stitches. After completing both cuffs, put the shrug on and mark the places on both sides where you want the sleeves to be connected. Place markers approximately, and after that count your sleeves rows on both sides and make an adjustment. Both sides should have an even amount of stitches. Crochet the band around and use similar method you work on the cuffs. Once again, make sure that you have an even amount of stitches to work one by one rib. Start by connecting the sleeves and work 2 treble crochet UK turns or 2 double crochet US turns around the side stitches. After completing row 1, work 1 front and back raise treble crochet UK or front and back raise double crochet US stitches. You will have to make decreases on the back around the neckline. If you are working with similar yarn, decrease by 6-8 stitches after a few rows. Or work out how many stitches you have to decrease. Measure your lowest part around the neck area, and after that the end of where you want the band to be ended, and use the similar method we used to calculate the cuffs. After finishing the band, use a tapestry needle and connect the sleeves. You can use your preferred method or watch for a few seconds how I do it. After that, weave all ends, and the project has come to the end. Thank you for watching. I hope you've had a great experience. For those who are new to my channel, if you like to see more videos in the future, please subscribe to be notified when I add a new video. Enjoy your day or evening, and I will see you soon.